So I guess right now I'm kind of thinking about who are your friends? Like I get it. There's people that we want to hang out with every day. Um, there's people that you might want to go to the club with. You might want to go to a concert with. You might want to invite to a barbecue. But it's like just because you want to have fun with somebody, does that mean that you're friends? And I wonder, like, I don't know how the dictionary defines friends, but I'm sure that each individual has to figure out, what they think friendship is and how would they define each relationship that they have with each person, whether or not they qualify that as a friendship. Um, I don't know if my big focus is too much actually on friendship as much as it is like who you click with, how you know you click with somebody, and to what extent. It's like people that you work with, you might consider them friends because you see them, 5 times a week, or and you get along with them, like you make each other laugh. You might hang out outside of work, but when things get tough, does that person provide, at the very least, emotional support? If it came down to it, would that person throw you under the bus, or would that person look out for you? Much of that is, I think, influenced by, desire, circumstances. It's like I heard somebody say that they believe, generally speaking, that all people are good people when they can afford to be. So, like someone gets in a car accident and witnesses see, you know, if it's bad, like, somebody, most people will probably be concerned. Maybe all people will be concerned, and somebody might try to help that person out, if they feel like they need to help pull them out of the car. But there might not actually be somebody who they've ever met before and who they want to hang out with. Um, and then, like somebody that you hang out with may not help you out of the car if you were to get into a car accident. Now, maybe it's because of their own fear. Maybe it doesn't have anything to do with them not caring about you, but it has more to do with them fearing for their own safety. And that's understandable. But I tend to believe that every relationship has, at the very least, a fork in the road point where an event, some type of situation will come up and it'll force somebody's hand. Like if it's a situation where you're having a hard time, it'll force them to pick a side. And one side could be help you out in whatever fashion possible, whether that's giving you a place to sleep, giving you a couple dollars, giving you some advice, or simply being an ear. I mean, each moment is its own circumstance. It is its own time. But I think eventually, at least maybe not eventually, but at some point, whether it be at some time on some timeline or when something happens, you'll find where your friendship ends, or you'll find the thing that defines the extent or the quality of your friendship, and you'll know where you need to stop associating with this person. I think more often than not, Like we want to like people, we want to be friends with everybody, but I think with so many selfish things being um, at our fingertips, we see a lot of people show us sides of themselves that we don't trust, and so therefore we don't want to associate with them. It's kind of like I do like people a lot, but I don't want to associate with just anybody. I mean, like I gotta have some level of trust in you. Like I gotta know, I gotta be able to see kind of your mode of operation and know what your boundaries are and how I fit in with that. And also, I know like there come no matter how good we get along, I know that there's a point where we'll have a disagreement on something. Could be, you know, religious, political, philosophical, emotional, and I just got to be mindful that you know, not to offend you, although I have done that before, but I am working on not doing that. But and know that there might come a point where, all right, this is at the very least like we can't talk about this one subject. Like this is where our friendship ends. It ends at the debate of politics. Um, and I think that for that reason, I would rather call everybody. I feel more like everybody is an associate, is somebody that I associate with to some extent. Whether I just see them at the grocery store or I work with them, I went to school with them. It's high and by, but how much do I want to get involved? I mean, on one hand, I don't want them taking too much from me, and on the other hand, believe it or not, I don't want to take too much from them unfairly. So it's just kind of like it's a fine line to walk, especially as I get older. I've realized um, I have to take things more serious. I can't afford to give away as much time, money, effort, emotion. But I don't know. I think maybe as a society, that's what we got to do. We got to examine our friendships. I think the last example I'll give is a conversation I was having with somebody about their relationship that they were in for 7 years, and they got along great. They were great friends, but once the child was born, it showed how they were different. The way they wanted to upbring the child, the way they wanted to live their own lives, and so they decided to split ways. They just weren't really compatible. So it's almost like the whole 7 years was, I'm not gonna say it was a waste of time, but I mean, each person can decide, like, do you feel like you wasted 7 years? And is there a way that you could have prevented that? Like, could you have just been up front with the person and let them know, like, this is who I am and this is where I stand? But also at the same time, like, that requires a lot of self awareness, which some people might not have. So therefore, they can't say it and they're just caught up in the moment of the feel good. But, anyways, yeah, I guess, that whole thought is just on what makes a friendship and what defines its quality. So I guess if you listened, I appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll come up with something interesting again. Let me know if you have any feelings on this.